Hey everyone, welcome. It's Melissa with Build a Better Bakery here, and I want you to please help me welcome the founder of Cast Iron, Mr. Mark Josephson. So happy to
Hey,
see
Melissa.
you
Hey,
here
everybody.
today. Yeah. So Mark and I have been talking, and we just want you to know all about his business, Cast Iron. You can find it online at www.castiron. That's CASTIRON.me. If you're interested in getting your hands on a website platform made specifically for bakers. It's really exciting and important to know that. And he also works with other food entrepreneurs, but we're talking about bakers today because that's who we care about.
Yep.
My favorite part about Cast Iron, which I've known about his company for a while now, is the community that they've really spent some time building and how it works within their services and how closely Cast Iron seems to listen to their members. So I was first wondering if you could tell us, what would you say that the main mission is at Cast Iron?
Sure. Well, it's just delightful to be here and to be part of your community. I've been loving every minute of it. Um, everyone at Cast Iron really has a passion for helping entrepreneurs live the lives they want to do, the lives they want to live,
Mhm.
and to help them provide the economic means to do that. So break that down a little bit. Gosh, it's really hard to have one job, two jobs, three jobs, or more, and a family, and all of these things, and not have the freedom to find joy in what you do. And so many bakers get into this business because of the joy of creating, the joy of delivering amazing products to people that make them happy, but then find that it's all incredibly complicated and it's technical, and you have to be a marketer, a lawyer, an accountant, a customer service rep, accounts payable, all of those things. So we really try to help entrepreneurs live the life they want to live, to help them with the means to support it. And that means to simplify the complicated, streamline the chaotic, amplify their artistry, and multiply the moments of joy. And so that's what gets me up every day, is helping people find joy and happiness in their lives.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. And I can tell because when I'm in the community, I can see a really straightforward dialogue. Literally, hey, can we get this? Someone's chiming in. Let me put that on the list. We're working on it. I mean, it's a really,
Yeah.
I think, direct line of communication. You almost never get that with a business tool because it's usually a huge corporation. You might be able to talk to some person, in customer
Yeah.
service. It's not like a tight knit team like yours listening and actually implementing. So I mean, I don't really see that anywhere else. So I think that's really special.
Thank
Uh,
you for noticing. It's on purpose. It really is.
yeah.
It has to be, because we started the company to build something for a very specific type of person.
Yeah.
And if we're not Shopify or Wix or Square, right? We're not. So like, they need to work for everybody in the world. So
Right.
they're always going to be a mile wide and an inch deep. And so for us to have any success whatsoever, I really need to know what you need. I need to know what keeps you up at night. I need to know what annoys you about the business. And I need to know that if we do something that doesn't work, how do we fix it? Like, I literally can't be successful at my job if bakers are unhappy with the product. Like, and that's on purpose. And we set it up that way.
Yeah. And I think that you found a good group for that because I feel like a lot of
Sure.
bakers are willing to be like, hey, let me tell you what we
Yeah.
need here. So I think it's a good match in that way. And just because I love to ask this question, I love journey stories. So tell us a little bit about how Cast Iron came to be in
Sure.
existence. Like, how did that go?
Yeah. So I am a lifelong entrepreneur and the son of two entrepreneurs and small business owners. And I spent my whole life starting businesses. I was a paper boy in elementary school. I had worked all the way through high school and college. And I knew that no matter who signed my checks, I was going to be working for myself. That was the piece of advice my dad gave me early on. Doesn't matter who signs your checks, you're working for yourself. And I have been lucky enough to be part of internet and technology startups. I'm a software nerd. I'm a total nerd. I can program your VCR if we still had them, or your remote. Like, I'm the guy, or your Wi-Fi. You call me. But I've been building technology and internet companies for almost 30 years now. And it was during the pandemic when I was looking for good food to eat, It was during those couple of weeks when the store shelves were bare and the supply chain was really, you remember that? We all started buying boxes of vegetables. Yes, all the toilet paper, all that stuff. And I ended up searching and finding some unbelievable bakers in my community who were not selling, they were selling on Instagram and Facebook. I found this woman, oh my gosh, she's so talented. She was a classically trained pastry chef who moved from the city to the suburbs and was now delivering hot cinnamon rolls to doorsteps on Saturday mornings.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Right? Like the joy, it just emanates from that whole thing. And so I went down the rabbit hole and met hundreds, those probably over 1,000 cottage food people, mostly bakers. And I asked them these same questions. What's your best part about your job? What do you hate about the job? Why'd you start? If you had a wish list, what would it be? And what I found was bakers are so creative, so passionate, and usually they start that business because they're really good at it and it makes them happy. And it makes them happy to be recognized. It makes them feel proud. And they have a need to monetize that, make some money, right? And help put food on their table and have the life they want to live. But fast forward 6 months, and they're spending 80% of their time doing anything but baking. And anything but bacon usually means stuff I'm not good at because I did not choose to have to build a website. I did not choose to be a marketer. I did not choose to be a lawyer or an accountant or an admin. And that's so disheartening. So I talked to as many people who are having success as I talked to people who report their efforts as a failure. Their words, not mine. I failed or I'm failing. And it was so throughout their core that they felt terribly about themselves. And I'm looking at their business thinking, oh, software can do all of that. We can automate all of that.
Yeah.
And that's the lens I look through when I look at problems is how can we automate it? How can we use technology? How can we make life simpler for people so that they can spend their time doing what they love? In our founding documents, Melissa, we have a list of things we call "Wouldn't it be great if?" Oh. Because I want us to dream. I want us to innovate. I want us to think, wouldn't it be great if I didn't have to do any work and my customers all loved me? Wouldn't it be, wouldn't it be great if I could spend 90% of my time making my food, 10% of my time delivering it, or whatever that is? Wouldn't it be great if? So that's the journey we've been on. We're a tiny but mighty team of 11 people today, fully remote all around the country, soon to be all around the world, who we really wake up every day and we start with our number one core value, which is customer first. How are our customers doing today? Are we serving them well? And are we helping them achieve their goals?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell, I'm sure if anyone else here or that's watching this has been in their community with cast iron, I think you'll probably notice it pretty quickly. So definitely, you're on Facebook, right? So they could search you out.
Yes.
And also the website, I'm sure you'll see some other information to get in there. So remember, it's www.castiron.me if you want to check him out and check out what they've got going on with their team. I was also wondering, when we talk about, I know you mentioned some things off the bat, but if you could pick just one thing, what are your current clients saying is like the thing that's keeping them with you? Like I know like member first listening, absolutely, that would probably be my number one, but something besides that, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if the question is about what features do they really love, there's a couple, but I'll put them in one with some sub bullets. Overall is how simple it is to use cast iron. So we broke down the entire experience of a powerful platform like Shopify or Squarespace or Square or something that is really, those are all really incredibly powerful. Cast iron is no less powerful, just so much easier to use. So you become an expert right when you start, and that's a very empowering thing. So you get a custom, beautiful website that represents your brand and looks the way you want it to look. That's also we learned was really important. But then there's things that keep bakers up at night and give them heartburn and agita, right? Like I wrote a couple down because it's really true. It's like custom orders. when you're doing something with DM to order and you're asking questions or on email or text and you have to go back and forth 50 times, forget it, right? And then you go to then you go to deliver the product and they say this isn't what I wanted, right? Or this isn't right. So we built custom order forms, and we have hundreds of templates that you can choose from, or you can make your own for any type of product, so that you can get the inspo photos, all the questions you need answered, so that you can do it once and be done with it. And we built contracts and terms in there, so with the check of a box, they know that there's no refund policy, payments due upon receipt, et cetera, et cetera. So we take all of that heartache and drama out of your business, and just is taken care of. We also know that our customers, most of them, and most bakers, don't purport to be marketers. Oh, I don't market, right? But then when you talk to them and see how hard they work, they're doing a million things. But we built an automated email platform. So you get your customer list, we help you build your email list, which is really important. And we send out automated shop updates once a week on your behalf. Set it and forget it. You can always edit it. Don't worry about it. But like, we just make that happen for you on a schedule that just works. So all of a sudden you're not thinking, oh, I stink because I'm not marketing my business. I really should be doing this. Well, we do that as well. And then the last thing is, for this conversation anyway, is around managing different types of fulfillment. So whether that's a local porch pickup or local delivery with certain radiuses, or shipping within state or out of state nationally, depending on your cottage laws, we make that just so easy for everybody. So this is what we hear a lot of from our customers, keeps them with us. So the last one is a calendar, an availability calendar. So you can set lead time and calendar and make sure that you're only working when you want to work and how much you want to work.
Yeah. And I haven't looked at everything in the world, but I really am pretty sure that this is not all under one roof with anything else that I can think of at the moment.
No,
in some ways it's usually like add-ins and like you're linking out, and you know what I'm saying? It's not, it's not contained together to where when you talk to customer service, you can ask, get it all figured out right there. You know what I'm saying?
And I do. No, I know exactly what you mean, and it really makes sense for bakers, because if you have an order form and people submit a request, because it's a request, not an order until you click approve, by the way, that has to be connected to your calendar, because if someone sends in a request on a Tuesday and says they want it on a Wednesday, or they want it on the 25th of December. You have to let your calendar tell them no, not you. I'm not available, right? And then that has to be connected to your email list, because they've given you their email and their permission to send them updates. So then that builds your email list and your marketing. So then it's all got to be together. If it's not together, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and just off what you said as well, if a baker is having problems with boundaries, which I know a lot of us do, that might actually be good, because then it takes the pressure. Oh, can I fit it in? Can I shove it in? Even though you're like, hey, I took that day off because my kid has soccer and I've got to go do this shopping, so then you stop having those painful conversations where you're continuing to backtrack on what you told yourself you were going to do. You could have just put it into the calendar.
Well, that's where, we call it a website, but I want it to be so much more. But you can, one of the things we heard from our bakers was that there's really not just available and unavailable. There's available, unavailable, and maybe. And they didn't want to put unavailable when they were really available, or they would consider it. So we have limited availability.
Okay.
So that you can say, it's not big enough, or this person not a good customer, but you can always have that flex if you want it. And it's just great to have the boundaries, and we heard really early about the importance of adding terms and conditions like contracts to the order forms, because if you don't have a contract, we all know what happens. Like, too often it falls apart. So they have to check the box and click I accept. And you're just done. You don't have to ask them to do it. It's done.
Yeah, and then just everyone's on the same page. So if they don't like it, they can just get off the page, if it's something.
Yeah, that's right.
that kind of thing. Okay.
And lead time, and also having integrated lead time so that,
Yes.
someone can't turn around and say, well, I ordered it and I need it now. And, that's a hard conversation to have sometimes, but we build lead time in. So you say, I can't make an order. Nobody can put in an order with less than 48 hours or 3 days or a week or whatever you need.
Yeah. And then they see that without having to stop you from baking, to send you a message, to try to talk you into it, and all of that, for sure. I agree.
Yes.
Would you say, I think I know the answer to this already, but I want you to say it in your own words.
Okay.
Would you say that a person needs a tech background to work within your platform, or can we literally be a tech baby who's like never done anything?
You do not need to be a tech person to have success with Castiron, and that's, again, on purpose. And we broke the whole thing apart and built it back up in a way that you can find success and feel like, and actually be an expert really quickly. The most common in the thing we hear is, oh my God, I got more done in blank than I did in blank. So I got more done in an hour than I did in a day. I got more done in a week than I did in a year on these other platforms, because we're only for bakers. We did like the first 5 things that you would need to do as a baker, so you don't have to. We can make that assumption and just, it's like putting on a well-tailored suit or a jacket or something. It should just fit. The suit should fit, and you should be comfortable right away.
Yeah. And I have a similar experience with the email platform that I'm using right now, where I was using one that was really big and confusing. And I'm sure it has lots of like bells and whistles and whatever, but I didn't know how to, it was too much. Like, it wasn't what I needed. So I went to a much more streamlined, like you're talking about, built for more of my niche style. And I've stuck with them because of that. So I think
and I bet it's still really powerful and helps you achieve your goals. And also you become a pro.
Yeah.
And you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. And you're willing to go on there more and mess with it because you don't feel, like you said, you can actually get things done. And honestly, like, one of the things that I think bakers want more of is time. And if you're help them get more time, which is the only thing you can't, that's really the most important, expensive thing we have is our time, because you can't buy it back. You can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I think that's probably another reason why you're finding success with the way that you're setting things up, and people are really enjoying it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I was wondering, and you haven't said anything to me yet, so I don't know if there's an answer to this, but do you have any new services or products, or kind of like what's cooking at Castiron? What's cooking at Castiron?
Yeah, it is hot in the kitchen at Castiron. We have a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about that we're building right now. Just to name a few, we are working on automating pre-sales. So pre-sales are such a big deal. So being able to set times and event times and to auto-publish, to have limited inventory and reminders, and just pre-sale in a box, set it and forget it. So we're working on that. I'm really excited about that. We have a lot of customers who sell and run like cookie decorating classes and things like that. So we're advancing that so that you can sell events and do that. So we're working on events as well. And then the other one is more flexibility with deposits for larger orders. So we keep hearing that our customers want more flexibility to carve it up into lots of different pieces. So those are 3 things I know we're working on right now.
Okay. Well, I do all of those, so I'm listening.
Great.
Okay. So I was actually interviewed by Mark yesterday.
Yes.
And he did these fun questions at the end. So I added some, and you don't know what they are.
I don't. I told you beforehand I
know, but I thought it'd be fun. So number one,
bring it.
What's your favorite baked product?
My wife's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, good answer. See, safe.
Yep.
Good.
But let me tell you why. My wife is so talented at so many things. We will be married 30 years in January. College sweethearts. Best decision I ever made in my life.
Yeah.
And her cookies are, don't get me wrong, they taste phenomenal. I'm now running a company where I get hundreds of cookies sent to me all the time. And I'm a bit of a connoisseur on cookies. But Megan makes me those cookies when she is feeling love for me. right? It is an act of love and kindness that she's creating that for me.
Mhm.
And so, yes, they taste great, but there's always that she did that for me in that moment of joy. So it's amplifies the enjoyment of that tenfold.
That's very sweet.
It's true.
And it's true.
Yes.
Okay, number 2. What is your favorite vacation memory?
My favorite vacation memory. Wow. Okay, I remember this was, so we have 3 sons, 21, 19, and 15. So rewind 13 years or something.
Okay.
Something like that. They were young. We were in Paris.
Oh.
And we made the rule when we were in Paris that time, on that trip, that we would try to do one artistic thing a day, or like one museum, one something, whatever. But if we saw a playground, we'd stop. If we saw a bakery we wanted to go to, we stop. And if we like found a meal that we really just wanted to hang out in, we would. So we ended up finding down this alley a lovely restaurant. I don't know if it was special or not, like special, but we ended up sitting there. The boys all had books and entertained themselves, like without fighting.
Yeah.
And my wife and I had, I don't know, 1, 2, maybe a little bit more, like carafes of rosé or something, like on a beautiful spring day in Paris. And the boys were good. We were in this amazing place. We had an incredible meal, and that was really special. I'm remembering that fondly. Yeah.
It's a good memory.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your last question before I share something special with y'all. It's a new announcement, something special for you, so stick around for that. Your last question is, since we are filming this in December, what is on the top of your Christmas list this year?
The top of my Christmas list.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing much for Christmas this year because, we have kids in college and tuitions, but I am excited. I've been exercising a lot lately. So I've been running outside every morning in the cold. So on my list are some warm weather exercise gear. That's at the top of my list. So to keep it going.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congrats on that. That's not.
Thank you. No, what's on your list? What's top of your list?
I already got it because I told him what I was. I told you I was doing all that sourdough baking, and I really didn't have the gear for it. So he got me some I can't think of the name right now. I should know all these words, but the hand holder with the razor for
to score the bread
on top. Yeah, for the slashing of the dough. And there's other things that so I'll tell you a secret. I accidentally came across the Christmas gifts in the he hid them in the garage, but I was out there cleaning up and I was like, oh, it's okay. So I know what it is, but...
All right, well, we won't tell him.
No, it's okay. He just got me some better containers for my sourdough starter. That's it. But he hid them out there and I was like, oh, okay.
That's so funny. Will you act surprised?
I might tell him once I open it. Just we're best friends, so it's fine.
There you go.
It's funny. Okay, so now that we're at the end of all of our questions. We love the answers, specifically the chocolate chip cookies. It's very sweet. Hope she keeps making those for you.
Me too.
I know that I want to share this with you guys here, and it's also going to be linked on the website. Mark has been so kind to give you guys a really, I think, useful discount opportunity to use the service with cast iron, because we know money's tight for bakers. We work super hard. Our margins are small. So he wants to make sure that you guys can get in and get the services that you need. And he's offering 50% off your subscription, which is like, in the world of discounting, this is insane. Like, it is a whopping discount. So I definitely want you guys to take advantage of this. If you've liked what he's talked about, if you want that kind of community, if you want to be listened to as a client of a platform like this that has that much to offer, I definitely suggest going over to the website. I have it linked on our website. And if you want to use their link, it's going to be https:// cast iron, but it's going to be shortened. So this is CSTRN.me/BABB. So you can go to that link, or you can also go on our website. You can look under our affiliates page or our product discounts page to see it linked in both places. I do want you to make sure that you're taking advantage. So send me a DM or a message if you don't know how to get there. I will send it directly to you. Again, it's half off, and it's a really, really big deal. And I think this is the first time he's done this. So
First time.
First time. And so he's just really excited about supporting everyone in this community. And we thank you very much for doing that, Mark.
You're welcome, and thank you for the opportunity. It was an easy decision, Melissa, because of how passionate you are about helping your customers, and to find a kindred spirit who cares about bakers as much as I do. Let's help these folks find happiness in their jobs and in their lives. And it's a software website is going to be the last thing they have to think about, but like it shouldn't be a barrier. So I hope we can find some happiness. Yes,
absolutely. Okay, well, that's it for our session today. I want to mention one more time, if you want to head over to Castiron and check it out, you can go to www.castiron.me and check out what Mark has built for you with his team.
And use Melissa's link to get the discount.
Yes, and use that link. And again, you can contact me if you need it, email me, or you can find it right on the website. Okay? Yep. All right, Mark, we'll see you later.
Thanks. Take care.